Hello everyone, welcome back to another political episode. This video is late, by the way. This video is supposed to be coming out this morning. And wherever you are in the world, I'll tell you, if you're living in the Midwest, like Midwest Chicago time, this video is supposed to be coming out at 8. It's now 11:51. And that's frustrating because, getting over a cold, sleeping in, putting a timer on, slept through that. And of course, it's Sunday, so I went to church, and now I'm back, and it's 11:51. So, boy, does time, of course, go by really quickly. And too much of my dismay, we were hoping to keep Ghana. Ghana has always been a center-right country, it seemed, in the last two election cycles. You'll see in 2020, it voted for re-elected Nana Akufo-Addo, but who won by 51.30% of the popular vote. He managed to win that said election against the former president John Mahama. 2016, Mahama formally challenged the said Nana Akufo 4 years prior, and he won a decisive mandate. 2012, you'll see John Mahama was actually the president at the time. And once again, Mahama is elected the president of Ghana. And Mahama comes from the NDC, the National Democratic Congress, as you know, a social democratic or social democracy, center-left progressive alliance, part of the Socialist International political party. Yes, here's the flag. Cool flag, but not the political party we were rooting for, honestly. We were cheering on Muhammadu Bawumia, and he is, of course, the vice president. So we were hoping. Yeah, we were hoping that he would win, but unfortunately, that was not the case. These are the primary results, if you can tell. This is the NPP. What am I saying? But yes, the vice president, of course, won that pretty quickly. But looking to opinion polling, it proved that one poll had the former president, Mahama, up by 13.8% of the popular vote. 13.8% when it comes to double digits. So, an interesting number. You'll see, then there was Afro Opinion, an Afro Opinion poll that also had him ahead just by a little bit. Looks like a 9.1 lead. But I don't know, it doesn't really have a decisive winner. But this poll from Global Info Analytics, it showed Mahama winning by 13.8 within the margin of error, a sample size of 8,203 people. So that obviously proved to be pretty critical. And it proved that, it looks like the right, the conservative base, was going to have a bit of a hard time winning this election. Although Ghana is a swing country, it swings back and forth between the right and the left. 2016 to 2020, 8 years, it's been described as a center-right country, but it appears that Ghana has reverted to becoming a center-left country. And I'm not saying it's close. It's very competitive and very close in Ghana. But you'll see, even before the administration of Mahama, you'll see John Atta Mills. He comes from the same political party as Mahama, from the NDC. He managed to become the president in 2008. So, although, then again, John Kufuor was also the president of the from the NPP. You'll see Ghana is a big country that swings back and forth between the political spectrum, interestingly enough. So we're going off. So yeah, interesting results. It's not when it comes to this, I'd expect how much did Mahama win by? Well, let's see the results. I don't think the results have come, but we already have a winner. You'll see the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, is actually picking up more seats. It looks like they actually will win this. Actually, this is 25% reporting. This is what it's looking like right now. But it looks like that it really does look like that Mahama will be winning a double-digit amount. He's already winning 57.10%. I mean, it's 25% reporting in this said race. But what it's actually looking like right now, Mahama is going to pick up a double-digit amount of number in this said election. And no surprise here. The left has taken Ghana, but although we have other news to address in Syria, the regime of Assad has collapsed. And with that saying, we can officially project that Syria has gone from being a very far left country to now a center-right country. Why am I saying center-right? Well, the National Liberation Army, or the National Syrian Army, the Syrian National Army, the group that has officially taken over, is probably in charge. There's the Wikipedia doesn't have a flag, but you could basically say and make an argument that this is the new flag of Syria. So if you guys are waking up and didn't know this news, this has been the breaking news of the morning. Obviously, the rebel groups have taken over, and I think this is a big win for the right. Although these are moderate rebels, center-right rebels, I will go ahead and say, hey, we haven't seen their true colors yet. Really, they're Islamists. They have moved, but I don't want to get all happy and excited for them, because we supported the moderate rebels, but they are kind of jihadist. Okay, they're kind of extreme. We're gonna have to see, and we're gonna have to play ball with them. We do not want to. We do not want to, of course, turn it into what we had in Ba'athist Syria. You'll see there's a new article called Ba'athist Syria. This was originally the Syria page. It's been created just today on the Ba'athist Syria. Very similar to Ba'athist Iraq, but this is Ba'athist Syria. This is the old banner of the Ba'athist regime that has been flying since 1980 to 2024. And yes, it's historic. It's like having Saddam Hussein go down in 2024. And if we all know who Saddam Hussein is, starting a lot of wars in the Middle East, from the Gulf War to the Iran-Iraq War to the Iraq War, lots of wars. And to have that go down, although Bashir al-Assad, he didn't start wars unlike his neighbor to the east, he did, of course, cause a lot of conflicts. The United States began bombings in Syria during the Trump administration. Most of them were against ISIS, but others against Ba'athists, which, of course, were launched by Trump because Assad was gassing his own people, allegedly. But we knew he was gassing his people, in other words. But yes, another news to talk about. We originally were going to talk about the Romanian election. That was originally happening today. Unfortunately, this should be a fortunate situation because the election is just too close. And the election, the second round, which originally was supposed to happen today, has been canceled. Instead, We do not know when that second round will happen. It's going to happen. That second round has not been ruled out, but we do not know. This election has been going to the courts, and the upper court ruled that this election was a victory for the center-right candidate. In this election, you'll see the candidates even have been removed, surprisingly. We obviously this election is much more closer than what we had expected. But I know we've been branching off from Guyana because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and we're seeing a political realignment. We're seeing Europe shifting more to the right, and Africa, although it has been more right lately, it's been going all over. We're seeing more center-left countries go more center-right. We're going to see more center-right countries go center-left. This is basically because the world is not so happy with the economy. The global economies are it's falling apart. The global economies are falling apart, and we have, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic. That's old news, though. But, yeah, it's mainly the economy. Wars. Immigration. A lot of incumbents are getting toppled. And just like the presidential election in the United States, we saw the former president defeat the vice president in this election. Mahamudu Bawumia, although we wanted him to win, represented the current administration, the Akufo-Addo administration, the 8-year administration in Ghana. Apparently, most Ghanaians felt that they wanted a change. 8 years of rule under the NPP has been too long. It's time for something different. It's time to return back to the NDC, which hasn't seen power or representation in 8 years. They have sent back their guy. They have strongly united with John Mahama for over 4 election cycles. And they finally got their guy, John Mahama, in their said presidency. So, 1, 2, 3. So, this is the 4th presidential election in which Mahama ran in. Can he run for re-election? Technically, yes, he can. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe, although he is now I don't know how this works. He is, of course, he was the former president. Now so he's serving non-consecutive terms. So I don't know if he could run again unless there are term limits. Oh, yes, there are term limits. I forgot because Mahamudu was barred from running again because the Constitution forbade him. No, not Mahamudu. Akufo-Addo was barred because the Constitution of Ghana forbade him from doing so. So, interesting results. Lots of stuff changing in the world. Looking forward to that Romanian election. Unfortunately, it was just too close. And it had to go to, of course, ruled by the courts. It was controversial. There was disputes in this said election. And that second round will not be going on this year, for sure. No, it will not be anytime this month. It will be in 2025. We will cover it. There will be a first round rerun. So basically, forget it. Screw it. We're basically removing pretend that first round never even happened. And really, we're just starting all over. That's what's happening. And we haven't seen anything like this. And I don't know, maybe it's the establishment that is just salty that the far right candidate won the first round, and they're like, no, this didn't happen, we're going to start all over. That could have been the case. Romania is a big establishment country, like a big, strongly ruled by the EU. Not like Hungary, which they have a rivalry with. Romania is the exact opposite. Very establishment. A very big government. So what do you guys think in regards to Ghana? this video, we tried to have it all about you guys, but we had to make the announcement. People were wondering, what about Romania? What happened to Romania? Because the second round was supposed to be today, but that was canceled. Well, I'll tell you why. We had to address it because this election was disputed, allegedly because it was too close, but I think it was more because of the right-wing candidate, right-wing independent winning the first round, and they're trying their best to take him off the ballot. This is just absurd. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And as always, see you all in the next political episode.